Welcome into week number 16 of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. I'm Neil McCready, joined as always by Greg Jones, the head butcher, proprietor, owner extraordinaire of LB's Meat Market here in Oxford, getting ready for a historic weekend in Oxford. We'll talk about that in a moment, but you may notice there's a little different face on the screen.
It's the spin instructor.
It's the spin instructor.
The spin instructor's back.
The spin instructor's back. We should have just changed everything, all the labeling and everything. Caroline texted me earlier today from London saying she's having butcher FOMO. So she's very concerned Campbell's going to ruin her lead, which grew last week. We'll talk about that. Caroline Campbell is having a phenomenal season on Butcher.
I've heard because she texted me at like 9 p.m. our time last night and said, "Are you doing Butcher?" And I said yes, and she said, "Okay, please don't mess it up. Here are my picks."
Oh, wow.
So I had to write down what she said and take it into consideration.
That's great. Caroline is in London today. She was in Paris the last few days. She flew to London earlier today, so she is in England today, enjoying her European vacation with 3 of her friends. So Campbell kind enough to fill in. Campbell was the original on the show. We started back in 2020. Campbell did you do 2 years or 3? 3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
Yep. This is year 6 of this show, which is incredible. I say this at the end of every year. I always say how, and I mean this, I won't get like all sappy and emotional, but I'm incredibly thankful to Greg because I get to go back and watch these videos from years and years ago, and it's like watching my girls grow up, which is a lot of fun. So I've thanked you a million times.
It's a really cool piece to have for sure.
All right, LB's Meat Market, 2008, University Avenue in Oxford. Oxford is going to be a zoo this weekend. College football playoff, 4 games around the country. 1 in Norman, Oklahoma, 1 in College Station, Texas, 1 in Eugene, Oregon, and 1 right here in little old Oxpatch. How about that? Oxford, Mississippi, the first playoff game at Ole Miss, the first playoff game in the state of Mississippi. This is the second year they've had the on-campus games. They were a huge hit a year ago, and to have one in Oxford's monumental for our town, for the community. I think they're talking about roughly a $70 million economic impact to Oxford here in December, which is obviously awesome. They're expecting another record crowd. Ole Miss just had the record crowd at Vaught Hemingway end of last month when Florida came to town. I think most people expect they're going to break that record on Saturday. So if that's the case, well over 68,000 people in the stadium, thousands more in the Grove, national TV, the whole shooting match. The game, by the way, Ole Miss's game, 2:30 on TNT, HBO Max, and True TV. That's where you can see the games. We'll talk about all that in a minute. But if you're coming in and you don't have restaurant reservations and you don't want to wait for 3 hours, and maybe you have an Airbnb, maybe you're staying with a friend, maybe you live here somewhat locally, stop by LB's Meat Market, 2008, University Avenue in Oxford, right across from Kroger. Let Kroger be your landmark. Head over to LB's. All of the freshest cuts. They take great care of you. They have great products. I don't just say that. We've been shopping at LB's for, 10 years at least. All the freshest cuts of beef, pork, chicken, seafood, the stuffed mushrooms, the bacon-wrapped asparagus, bacon-wrapped green beans, the stuffed jalapeños. I'm leaving things out. Homemade sausages, house-made sausages, smoked sausages. Some sausages are spicy, some are mild. There's always a variety of things. It's just a fantastic place. You can call your order in, obviously, and talk to a person at LB's. If you know what you want and you want to save 10%, and maybe you're like me and you're sort of antisocial, you can make a text, 662-259-2999. Tell Greg what you want, when you want to pick it up. You get 10% off your order. And
yeah, I've had a lot of text messages. So it's hard to answer some text messages. I've had a couple. Hey, Greg, we've heard your name on the hand raise. What's the tech? Can we help us out with a beef tenderloin or standing rib roast? So I'm trying my best to answer questions over text message. I'm just like, hey, I'm here at the store. Just go ahead and call me, man. So. But it's been fun. I just got done making some sausage, and we're getting ready for the weekend. The big question is, what's the new name of the filet special? The artist formerly known as I think my mom said she likes the golden steaks the best. So we're selling a bunch of golden steaks.
Golden steaks. Okay, so Lane Train is no more.
So we have those in the freezer. Those are the ho-hos are in the freezers. We always have the hoe trains in the freezer. But if you want the fresh ones are the golden trains, and then the frozen ones are the hoe trains.
Caroline is in the stream. She says, "I am here. Don't disappoint me, Campbell." So before we get to any of that, Campbell, real quick, remind me to come back, Greg, and let's talk about Christmas orders.
Yeah.
But Campbell, what's catch the people up? It's been a year since the last time you were on. What's going on in your world?
I think since the last time I've had like 2 different jobs, but I have worked at a marketing agency in Fayetteville since April. I'm still teaching. Instead of spin, I now teach kind of like Pilates in Rogers. I'm not even going to get into like the nitty gritty of really what it is, but I teach there. And
rounders?
I still what?
Rounders? What Pilates and what? Rounders?
Rogers.
No, Rogers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I still live with 3 of my friends in Springdale, so I'm kind of all over the place. But
you took a hot yoga
skill
class in Oxford Thanksgiving Day, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And Lane Kiffin was right next to me. That's been my favorite story to tell everybody since I've gotten home from Thanksgiving.
I was on a plane in California and I got that text and I was like, please tell me you introduced yourself. Please. And she didn't.
I kind of thought about it for a second, but he was in his own little world and he was like pouring his water bottle all over his mat, splashing around in it, doing things that the instructor was not saying to do. So I didn't really feel the need to speak.
What, he was throwing his water bottle on his yoga mat?
Well, he had 2 water bottles. He put one down. He opened the other one at the beginning of class and just poured it all over his mat, which, like, you're so close to people that it's, like, splashing on the other person. And we're doing, like, jumping jacks, like, it's not, the water's getting everywhere. But it was a good story to tell my friends.
How does this help? Like, whenever he turns the heat up, like, the steam off this water mat, exfoliates his body some more, or
I don't know what his logical reasoning was for doing that, but I guess
you had never seen, in all of your years of teaching and going to classes, you had never seen that behavior?
I had never seen, I've never taught hot yoga, but like I've never seen someone do that. There's been people in classes that do something different than the instructor, but he was on a different level. Like, sometimes people will, like, instead of doing jump squats, they just do normal squats, and that's like totally fine. But if the instructor would be like, do jump squats, he would stand in the back and do bicep curls. Like, it was just like a total, he just didn't listen. Like, he just was doing his own thing.
it should be it sounds like an ESPN2 7 a.m. Workout show that he needs to do.
Yeah, it probably would make good television, which is, it's wild. All right, Greg.
I did saw.
Go ahead, Karen.
I'm sorry. I saw in Baton Rouge that he already joined a hot yoga studio, so I'm sure they'll get his new crazy behavior.
Yeah, he was back here last weekend at doing hot yoga. He was here for a birthday party.
Yeah. I did see that too.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, just the rough life of hot yoga and coaching football. Some just people have it rough.
All right, Greg, the playoff game is obviously the focus this weekend, but it's going to come and go the way the calendar works. And then when it's over on Saturday, people's attention on Sunday is going to flip to Christmas, which is a week from tomorrow, which is hard to believe.
Crazy. Yeah.
A week from today's Christmas Eve. Do people still have time to make an order, beef tenderloin, those kind of things?
Yeah, so the 23rd is going to be the last day for pickups. We're going to do morning or afternoon. So beef tenderloin usually feeds, it's just hard to explain, what how much you need for 8 to 10 people. It's just a matter if you want leftovers or not. So I would think a larger beef tenderloin is going to cover 8 to 10 people. A smaller one's probably going to be 4 to 6 people. It's just kind of just figuring that out for your beef tenderloins. Standing rib roast, we'll have the trimmed and tied or the whole. And we're doing some other little specials. I'm doing a 2-pound porterhouse, which is a really awesome cut. It's got about a 16-ounce fillet on it, about a 22, 24-ounce strip on it. Really nice cut. Like probably feed 3 people, give or take. But yeah, you can call the orders in. I think the 23rd is going to be the last day for pickups.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We're doing an LB's Christmas once again. We do it. LB's Christmas is pretty much every Christmas, so we'll do that again. Is that my end, Campbell? The sound?
Yeah, that sound is.
Okay, there it's gone. It's gone.
There we go.
All right. Well, we'll launch into picks. So last week, Greg, you went. Greg, you went 2-4 last week in the championship games. Or 2 weeks ago when we did this. Caroline went 4-2. So she's added a couple
She's
of.
a professional.
She's just having a phenomenal season. Greg, you're 69-69, which is very nice.
I missed my 6-7.
You did. You missed
it. I was shooting for it. Oh.
Caroline, meanwhile, is 82-56. So she has built a 13-game lead. You have time technically, Greg, but it's going to take an absolute miracle. So you've got to get red hot and stay hot the rest of the way, or else Caroline's going to take the LB's Cup home. And the way she's so focused, she's going to put it square on her mantle and celebrate it. Probably.
I'm sure she has the phone like right up to her ear right now, and she's like, "What is she saying? Is she picking the right?" I mean, I gave her my picks.
That's highly possible. All right. Caroline won the week, Campbell, so you get to go first. Those are the rules. The winner of the previous week always goes first. So we start with the Friday. First, these are all college football playoff first-round games. These teams, the winners, will advance to the quarterfinal round. One will play in the Cotton Bowl on December 31st, and the other 3 will play in the Orange, Sugar, or Rose Bowls on January 1st. So these are monumentally big games. This one is an SEC rematch. It's Alabama, the 9 seed, headed to 8th seeded Oklahoma on Friday night, 7 o'clock. You can see this game on ABC or ESPN. Campbell, Alabama is a 1.5-point road favorite in Norman.
According to Caroline's suggestion, I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to go with Alabama.
Okay. That's a very popular pick this week. These two teams played in Tuscaloosa not that long ago, and Oklahoma won, although Alabama looked like the better team, but Oklahoma made the plays. All right, Greg, she's going to take the Tide, lay the 1.5 in Norman.
I'll take Oklahoma, which is I don't think's worthy of this playoff. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this 12-team playoff. I think there's not the 12 best teams aren't there, but I'm going to go with just my opinion on it. So I got to pick up some ground. So give me the home team, Oklahoma.
Okay. All right. Campbell's going with Alabama. Greg going with Oklahoma. We go to the Saturday games. This is the early game, 11 o'clock on ABC, also ESPN. It's Miami. Miami is the 10 seed. They're headed to 7th seeded Texas A&M. The Aggies, Greg, are a 3.5-point home favorite.
Is Marcel Reed playing for A&M this weekend?
Marcel Reed playing for A&M. He's
okay. Yeah, I'll take
recruited.
Texas A&M.
Okay, Greg's going to go with the Aggies. All right, Campbell. Greg's taking Texas A&M, laying the 3.5 against the Canes.
I'm also going to take Texas A&M.
Okay. I like Texas A&M in this too. Everybody else is picking Miami. It's kind of become the sexy national pick. And, I mean, I kind of get it, but A&M's a good team. They're 11-1. They lost the last game at Texas. But you know, they're an 11-1 team. They're absolutely worthy of being in the playoff, and here they are. All right, we go to Oxford, Mississippi. Campbell, you'll be coming home next week, but you'll be watching this one from somewhere in Arkansas, I assume. It's Tulane. My friend John Summerall, the soon-to-be full-time coach of the Florida Gators, wrapping up potentially his Tulane tenure. At Ole Miss. Ole Miss, of course, this is their first game in 6 seasons without Lane Kiffin and his yoga mats and jumping jacks and all of those things on the Ole Miss sideline. It's Pete Golding, who's been the Ole Miss defensive coordinator, taking over as the Ole Miss head coach. This game's at 2:30, Vaught Hemingway Stadium. You can see it on TNT, HBO Max, and True TV. So if you're a Rebels247.com subscriber, first of all, God bless you. Second of all, when you ask again and again and again, where can I see the game? TNT, HBO Max, True TV. Campbell, Tulane is a 17.5-point underdog at Ole Miss.
Okay, so Caroline told me to take Tulane, but if I say Tulane, that means that I don't think Tulane's going to win by 17 points, right?
Nope. If you take Tulane, that means you think Tulane will either win the game or lose the game by fewer than 17.5 points. So, for example, Ole Miss wins 34-17. If you took Tulane, you won. If Ole Miss won 35-17 and you took Tulane, you lost.
And Tulane's a green team, so you know. So I think you take them anyway.
Greg, it sounds like you want me to pick Tulane, so you can pick Ole Miss.
Look,
I'm not really fully tracking.
I did not take Ole Miss. I'm not
I
trying to get
don't know if I'm
dishonest.
really understanding like the
So if you take Ole Miss, they not only have to win the game, they have to win the game by 18 points or more. That's probably the best way to say it. If you take Ole Miss to win the game, Ole Miss has to not only win the game, to win the bet, Ole Miss has to not only win the game, but also win the game by at least 18 points because you can't score half a point.
I'm going to go with Tulane.
All right. Greg, she's going to take the green wave and get 17.5.
I mean, my mom and Lola would both disown me, and I love my mom, and I love our new adopted dog from Wild Rose Kennel. Not to give them a shout out, but yeah, I'm gonna have to take Ole Miss.
Yeah, and I have to agree with you and disagree with my girls here. I know that a lot of people think, oh well, they lost Lane Kiffin, they're going to fall off the planet. This is going to be a total dysfunctional thing. I've been around them a little bit the last few days, interviews. I was at practice yesterday for a few minutes. I'm going to be really surprised if Ole Miss doesn't play a really good football game. Now, that said, I'll be surprised if Tulane doesn't play a good football game too. And so I think this line's about right. Like I think Ole Miss wins. Yeah. I think I've got Ole Miss winning by like about 20. I don't think this is the blowout that it was in September. I do think this is a little bit more of a competitive game. I think Tulane's played well down the stretch. They played really well in the conference championship game where they beat North Texas, and John will have his team ready to play.
Do you think they are deserving of the playoff spot?
So it's a complicated answer. The short answer is no. The long answer is, given the rules that were put in place, which I disagree with, yes. The rules that were put in place.
But how did James Madison get in also?
Well, because
they're the week 5 team or whatever.
They're the ones. This is the whole. I've used this analogy, and so far no one's pushed back. This is when they did these rules. They're so focused on fairness and inclusion and not let's get the best teams. So what you've got is you've got this deal now where you have James Madison in the tournament instead of Vanderbilt, instead of Notre Dame, and the people who get cheated are the fans.
Yeah, I mean they're already investing in. Now they're investing. I mean, of course, they invest in tickets to go to the game, but now they're saying, "Hey, we need some money for the Grove Collection and other to get our teams improved." So I don't know. I just feel like the fans are the ones that are going to get punished just strictly because they want to see a better matchup that they've already seen, and I feel like the Ole Miss Notre Dame or something like that would just been a better picture, but. TNT replaced National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with a playoff game. So good for TNT.
Well, and then the other mistake they make by doing this is they play the games on when you play these games on Saturday like this, and you don't get good matchups. People aren't going to watch because there are also NFL games you can watch. There's NFL games on Saturday night. All right, one final game. We mentioned it a minute ago, Greg. It's James Madison at Oregon. The game at 6:30, so it follows the Ole Miss game. TNT, HBO Max, True TV. James Madison, Greg, is a 21.5-point underdog.
If Oregon doesn't cover it by the first half, I'd be shocked. I'm going Oregon. This is just not something that they're going to be. They're going to be sad whenever it's 50-something to 14. So I'm just taking Oregon just to lay it on them.
All right, Campbell. Greg's going to take the Ducks. Lay the 21.5.
I'm going to take James Madison.
Wow.
Well, Oregon's green.
I know, but I just got to listen to Caroline.
Oh, wow.
I mean, she's
the winner right now, so I gotta take her word for it.
It's a lot of points. It's a lot of points in a playoff game. I mean, I who am I to argue? She's 20-something games over 500. I mean, she's destroying it. I mean, it's hard to argue.
Only 20. Only 20.
All right. So to recap, Campbell's got Alabama. Greg's got Oklahoma. Both Campbell and Greg have Texas A&M to cover the 3.5 against Miami. Greg's taking Ole Miss to cover the 17.5. Caroline's taking Tulane to keep it closer than that. And then Greg's laying all the points. 21.5 points with Oregon. Caroline's going to take those points and roll with the Dukes to keep it a little closer in Eugene. So should be a fun weekend. Should be a lot of fun. I think Oxford's going to be packed this weekend. Should be exciting. Don't forget, you can go to LB's. You can call your order in. You can text your order in. Tell them what you want. Have it ready to go. And then, obviously, don't forget about your Christmas orders as well when the football excitement, once we get through Saturday and you turn the page to the holiday, you got through the 23rd to pick up at LB's Meat Market. Campbell, when are you headed home?
Caroline and I will head back on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. Are you excited? You excited to have an LB's Christmas dinner?
Yeah, I don't know why my phone keeps making that noise, but yes, I am very excited.
Well, we're excited to get you home. Carson's been home for almost a week now. Be great to get the girls home. Greg, what you got going on this weekend? What are the hours at LB's?
Well, we're going to be open 10 to 2 on Saturday. It's just hard to compete, whenever the game's going on. So we'll do 10 to 2 on Saturday, 1 to 6 on Sunday, open 10 to 6 on Friday. My mom said that I could leave town Friday at 12 o'clock and go to Hot Springs, Arkansas to watch my buddy's horse run. And I got a free place to stay and everything. So I'm trying to get all my work done so I can leave at 12 o'clock to go to Hot Springs for the weekend. So I'm going to let them, try not to burn the town down. I hope everything, is still up whenever I get back. But I had to take advantage of getting out of town. So I'm getting out of town.
Absolutely. All right. So no show next week. And then we'll get back together sometime really close to New Year's, probably the 29th, the 30th. Have a show. We'll preview the big quarterfinal games in Miami and New Orleans and Dallas and Pasadena. We'll get ready for those. Get Caroline back. She's so concerned about Campbell messing with her lead. We'll get Caroline back for that show. Hope everybody has a great weekend. If you're traveling to Oxford, please be safe, be careful, and we will talk to you again next time. So for Greg Jones, for Campbell McCready, Campbell, thanks for being with us. I'm Neil McCready. That does it for this edition of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. Take care.